Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hey, it's Jason, and we are here with another stream, the second in a row, and we're going to build another Panzer Fight Stick for today. This one's up for Drew. It's going to be an ABMX, so as per the usual, we'll go over the build list in accordance with his order sheet here, and let's go through it. We got a black matte plexi. We got that ready to go. He did order a Tomahawk panel, but that's going to another build, not this one today. The assembly service, hence why we're doing this. We got the internal USB cable. We've got our USB-C to A adapter here. Then we've got a blue Nutric surround. We've got a blue bezel here. We got blue aux buttons. This is the ABMX kit in the box here. We got some spacers. Let's see. His chassis is going to be light gray and graphite. That's right over here. And then we've got the integrated Pico fighting board, the GP2040 CE powered fighting board here. So without further ado, let's get to building, shall we? I'm excited because the ABMX is super easy to build. It's super fast. Just a couple of wires to connect up and you're basically done. So let's go ahead and get started. Move all this stuff out of the way now that y'all have seen it. And we may have a visitor. Artemis the cat is down in the basement doing naughty cat things. So I would not be surprised if she didn't jump up on the table at some point during the stream. Isn't that right, kitty? I think she found some 3D printer offcuts somewhere and she's playing with them. So if you're in the chat and you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that everything's good to go. Let me go ahead and make sure the camera's focused there. Boom, good to go. All right, we're going to set the ABMX kit off to the side because we don't need that quite yet. But let's go ahead and open up the stick here. As the usual, we got the QR code here, so if you want to look at the instructions on how to build it, you just go right here. And unlike yesterday, the stream and everything is set up much better now. My laptop's here and working. I've got my stream deck and all that stuff rigged up properly with my A10 Mini. Much better. I can actually see the chat. It's right here in front of me, so good for me, finally. Turns out my charger for the laptop was literally just sitting on the floor next to my Peloton. I should probably use that tonight. The Peloton, not the charger. I'm using that now. All right. We'll get rid of all this fluff out of here. We've got some extra screws. We got the black buttons. We got all the wiring. And we're only going to use the aux wiring out of this because the ABMX comes with its own. Let's see, we've got easy wiring here. We got the aux board here. And then the case. This is that nice light gray with graphite on the bottom. Big fan of this color scheme. It's almost like old school PlayStation colors. All right, now don't mind me. I just got to get my tools because I was not prepared. Fortunately, with this new Rode wireless mic, I can get all around my shop and y'all can still hear me without going out of the sphere of influence. So that's good. All right, what we're going to do is, much like we did yesterday, I'm going to grab my Husky part bin thing here, put that here. We're going to go ahead and just unscrew the halves of the case. This is always step number one. Sometimes when I'm crazy, I'll use my impact, but it's loud and I don't want to deafen you guys tonight. And it's not really necessary. Realistically, if I could, I would just use my power screwdriver and be good to go, but I don't have it. It's in the garage. All right. So we're just going to take these 8 screws out, and naturally when you do this and you build your own, it's much faster. On stream, it's always slower because I'm paying attention to chat. I'm talking to you guys, trying to explain what's going on. I'm not focused, and got my phone bugging me over here with text messages from our local arcade chat here in the Northern Virginia area. So I'm paying attention to that and all sorts of stuff. But we'll get through this. It's all good. It should take us far less than the 57 minutes it took yesterday. Drew as in Drew Face. Yep, Drew as in Drew Face. That's this is his. This is his second ABMX build, as a matter of fact. He's a huge fan, and he actually did the artwork for the Titan controller that I designed and I'm manufacturing for the Mars folks. Mars is the multi-arcade retro. I don't know. I can't remember the thing. It's a new FPGA setup meant to provide some more coolness for retro gaming using FPGAs, and it's supposed to be on much more powerful hardware. A-Track, I guess he's probably the head guy, is how I would characterize it. He's an Army vet. He's a super nice guy. For an Army guy, he's a super nice guy. But yeah, so Drew, he did the art for that, and he has an ABMX already, so this will be number 2 for him. So it'll be good. All right, so much like before, we're going to take the bottom pad here. We're going to line it up. We're going to try and get as close to this edge as possible right before the bend. We'll make sure it's kind of centered left and right. That looks pretty good right there. Kind of lay it down, and we could probably come a little bit forward. The good thing is this is pressure-sensitive adhesive, so unless you mash it down, you have a little bit of time to move if you want and get it stuck where you want it. Yeah, that's much better. All right, gently press down, and then we flip the whole bottom over, and now we press down from the top, like so. Just use my fist. Good to go. Yeah, he is the merch head for East Coast Throwdown. He's good. He's good people. He's very talented too. I wish I had an unlimited budget because I would hire him to do all sorts of stuff, but unfortunately I don't. And because he's so good, he's very expensive. Not saying he's not worth it. Definitely worth it. All right. Cool. All right, so there you go. We got this nice full bottom pad. Nothing special about this. You know, I don't want to laser etch into these. Actually, you can't laser etch this. This is all actually die cut with a big machine. So it works, and that's all that matters. And there you go. The whole thing, nice and grippy. All right, so we're gonna set this off to the side back here off camera, and we're gonna grab the top, and we're gonna go ahead and get started on the top here. For everyone watching the stream, if you watched yesterday, you'll notice at the top there's a discount code, PanzerStream 2. This is the new code. PanzerStream 1 is now expired. So the way these are going to work is every time I stream, a new code will go up here, right there. And it'll be until the date that I show or until the stream after this. They'll always overwrite. Today, it's 10% off. Tomorrow or the next stream, it could be 5% off or 2% off. We're going to vary it and mix it up. So for those of you who are watching, you know, take a look. If you're looking to buy anything, anytime after a stream is usually a good time because that's when the discounts are good. So I don't like to do a lot of sales, but I will reward people who watch the stream. So there you go. All right, so we got the aux board out here. I am a little disappointed that Drew didn't get the aux board with the blue buttons, or the blue LEDs. He opted for the regular one. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to upgrade him. I'm going to give him the blue LEDs. We're not going to put the orange ones in because I want this to pop. So, Drew, you're getting an upgrade, buddy. Only because I like you. And it would be a shame to not have them. All right. Not with all the blue accent pieces. All right, so we got that. All right, now we're going to go ahead and get the buttons out here. Toss this in the trash. And much like I did yesterday, what we're going to do, I like to just prop this up. Easy day. And then drop the buttons in. All right, cool. So I hope everyone had a good New Year's. The end of my year was actually pretty good. I got a new car. I got a EV, a full EV. I got a Kia EV6 GT. It's super fast and super fun. It's all-wheel drive, 575 horsepower, 545 foot-pounds of torque. Goes 0 to 60 in like 3.2 seconds, I think. It will scare the bejesus out of you if you're not ready for it. Range is about 220 miles on eco mode, but I only drive about 40 miles a day, so that's good. We're getting some new chargers installed at the house so that we can charge it at home. My wife, she has a Volvo. She's got a XC60 that she got. It's a plug-in hybrid. She only gets about 40 miles on a charge, but she has the gas motor to pick up from it. And she can get to and from work every day on a charge. I think we put gas in her car maybe twice this year, and she got it in April, so that's pretty slick. But we're gonna get a couple upgraded chargers built into the house. Mine's gonna do 80 amps per hour, and hers, since her battery's so low, it's only gonna do 40. And we can customize it so it charges at night. So that's when electricity is super cheap. So that's what we'll do. I think I'll probably always run on a deficit a little bit, but that's all right. All right, cool. So now we've got the aux panel installed here. Now we're just gently tightening these all down. Again, you don't have to go ham on these. You'll just crack the fiberglass and the PCB, so don't do that. We'll move this and go ahead and flip this over. All right, so we got those blue aux buttons in. Now we're gonna grab the 5 LED light pipes for the player LEDs and the turbo indication. Yeah, red buttons. That would definitely help. I think you're putting Punk Workshop buttons in your stick, right? They're Disney-y. Oh, in case, we haven't really publicly announced this yet, but Dez is the new member of the Jason's Customs X Fighters group. He's joining the talent of Zaffarino and Sheldon. So he's the latest addition to the Jason's Customs Cross Fighters effort we've got going on. I had a chance to meet him in Lexington when we went out for Double Barreled 7, and he just whomped everybody in Street Fighter 6. I think the only reason he got up from the Winter Stays On was because he had to actually go play matches. So it was great meeting him in person, and I'm glad that we get to bring him on board and be the next member of the team. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does this year with the Panzer. All right, so now we got that all done, so that's good. And, I'm foolish. Yesterday, I put the USB pass-through in first because I said, hey, this is way easier to do without the aux panel stuff installed. And what did I do? I completely ignored myself and went straight for the aux panel. It's all right. We'll make it work. All right. Cool. All right, so much like yesterday, same kind of idea. Get this lined up, and you kind of got to press it in. The manufacturer of these, they're fine. They work really well. It's just the manufacturing tolerances are just a little bit big, so they fit in these things pretty snug. So you can see here that I'm trying to mash it in. There we go. That was real snug. All right, and much like yesterday, the hot dog flavor or shape thing is going to go to the top because we want the USB to jump off this way. So this part to the top. Go ahead and feed that in, and then we're going to use these star washers out of the included hardware. Now, if you're using a Nutric, it does not come. Nutrics don't come with the mounting hardware like this. This is a 440 flathead. I even started including them in the Panzer hardware kits, but the USB-Cs that I sell, they come with their own hardware, so you don't use the ones from the kit. You can, but you don't need to, unless you want them to have silver hardware instead of black hardware. But it comes with black hardware, so I use it because it comes with it. All right, so we're going to take the flathead, we're going to push it in this way. We're going to take the little star lock washer here, put that in, and then we are going to, oops, just finger tight one of the nuts. Of course, I'm going to go the easy way, get the top one first. I had a real good time of it yesterday, so of course I'm going to struggle bus today. So in a couple of weeks, about 2 weeks, I'm actually going to go on vacation. My wife and I are going to go down to Mexico and spend a week down in Cancun. I'm very excited about that. So the shop will be open, but orders will be delayed. I'll make sure there's a nice banner on the website kind of annotating that, because I want to make sure that there's no surprises. And there's a very good chance that I'm going to just go internet dark for a week and just kind of reset. It'll be strange, but that's the plan at least. This is my first vacation in like 2 years, because my last 2 years in the Navy, I didn't take any time off, because what I wanted to do was save all my time off until my last couple months active duty, and then it let me retire and take like 2 months off, like a 2-month vacation right at the end there, which, yeah, it sounds great, but it really wasn't a vacation. All right, so we got the USB installed here. It's a little crooked. Let's go ahead and straighten it up. All right, that looks better. Because it was me moving across country, driving across country, moving back from Japan, buying a house, settling in, all that good stuff. And so this is going to be my first real, like, kicking back, relaxing vacation. I'm very excited about it. All right, so there we go. That's good. That's nice and tight. Yike. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open up the easy wiring here. Got that. And then Drew opted for the integrated Pico fighting board. So this is my version of the GP2040 CE board. And it's important to note that the GP2040 CE is just the firmware on the board. All the different board variants out there are made by a bunch of different people. I chose this because I wanted to integrate everything into one board. I think when I first started dealing with this, the boards all had a Raspberry Pi, the Pico put onto a board that broke all the pins out, and I wanted to like integrate everything into one. And I purposely followed the form factor that I helped with Brooke develop. And actually, I didn't develop it. Let's be clear. Aki Shop developed it on the PS360 Plus, and it worked. So I made the strong recommendation that Brooke follow it, so that when the new generation of consoles came out, people could just quickly swap their board in for the old PS360 Plus. And it kind of caught on. All their boards followed it, and I was like, of course I'm going to follow this too. I kind of pushed them for this. It'd be very hypocritical of me to not follow it. Plus, I wanted the wiring inside the Panzer to be super compatible with everything, and this was the way to go. I'm retired now. Yeah, that's right. I am 100% retired from the Navy, 20 years in. 20 years and 13 or 17 days to be exact. So I am officially retired. I'm officially back in the U.S. I've officially, quote-unquote, settled down. But I did get another job because I'm only 42. I can't just sit and relax. And Jason's Customs doesn't pay the bills, man. My controllers, they work too well. No one needs to buy 2 or 3 of them. They buy one and they're set. I can't build in planned obsolescence. That's not my style. All right, what I'm doing now is I'm taking these long 440 screws and I'm just putting a little plastic washer on here. And the reason I'm doing that is there's been some complaints that in very staticky environments, the screw was actually conducting the static to the ground plane on the easy wiring. And that stemmed from people screwing these down too much and wearing away some of the solder mask and it touching the ground plane. So this is just a certain safety precaution. I've never experienced it because I don't have carpet anywhere in my basement. Well, except where my computer is that I don't play games on. So I've never experienced it, but some people have, and this is a good way to solve that. Okay, so we've got that done. And I put 2 of the screws in and 2 of the spacers in, and they're in the ones in the back. I'm doing that because it's harder to get to once this is all in, but now we're good. All right. So get those 2 in, and again, you don't have to mash these down. If you do, you're just going to break something. Don't do that. All right. Apparently my phone is blown up over here. Let's see. Nah. Nothing good. I'm not that important anyways. All right. Cool. All right, now we got the board all installed, so that's good to go. Okay, cool. Nice and tight. Very good. Now we're going to open this up, and we're going to grab this very colorful wire here. That's going to connect the aux panel, all 1, 2, 3, 7, 11, no, 12 connections, 13 connections technically because you got ground. Look at that. You're not gonna beat that. Just by doing that, you've connected. All right, there's all the player LEDs. Here is your L3, R3, and touchpad. Here is your turbo and turbo LED. Done. And then we're going to take this and we're going to feed this in through the bottom here. Okay, man. This is like the hardest part, fishing it through. All right, there we go. This is your home start and select. There we go. And then we just plug that in. Oh my gosh. Today is apparently a rough day. All right, cool. Boom. Just like that, we have all of the aux buttons all connected up. We're good to go. Now, much like yesterday, I'm going to use a couple zip ties here. One just to clean this up a little bit. All right, and the second one, again, just for cleanliness. Not required. All this stuff will look good anyways, but this is going to be, this is the way I do it. Yeah, it feels good to be home. Thanks, Hyros. You know, living in Japan was a lot of fun. 5 years, though, was a little too much. Just some of the creature comforts of home. I missed them. So, all right, we'll go ahead and set that off to the side here. Let's go ahead and grab our ABMX kit now. I do need to get my knife because I got to open this thing. Now, inside the ABMX kit, let's get this out of the way. There's going to be, we'll go ahead and point out all the pieces and parts in here. All right. Bubble wrap. All right, so this is our stabilizer plate. This is the secret sauce, if you will, of the ABMX. This is actually where all your switches mount to. They physically mount here, and that, because they lock into place, that prevents them from wobbling this way or this way. Nice, solid build there. We've got some hardware to connect it to. This is the ABMX PCB. We'll see that in a minute. This is the wiring that connects the ABMX PCB to the easy wiring. And then, of course, we've got the ABMX itself. So the ABMX is this panel plus the support plate and all the other parts you saw. Now, this support plate is important because this is what prevents flexing in the PCB. The PCB will sit up onto the, it actually touches the plate. It's nice and tight. And so when you're mashing the buttons, the steel in the support plate actually provides some rigidity. This was just an over-engineered submarine guy's way to do it. Now, the one thing I'm going to say, this build will not be complete when we leave here today. Because Drew is a keyboard fanatic. He's got his own switches and his own caps that he's going to install. So we're going to get some very, very limited testing of this today, which is fine. All right. All right. And then, yeah, here's the bottom. See, this is how this whole thing works. So this just kind of goes on like this. And as you can see, there's a bunch of holes that line up, and it provides some rigidity. So now when you're pushing down, it's got support all the way around the switches sockets there. All right, let's take this guy. Let's move this out of the way so that we can properly wash this assembly. All right, here we go. All right, so there's the panel. Here's the support plate. This comes on, and you see here it just fits over that stuff already, nice and easy. And then what we do is we take this. Nope, this was right the first way. Gah. We put this down like that, and you'll see that this PCB actually bolts to the panel, and it bolts to the support plate. So what we're going to do is we're going to just loosely connect this to the panel itself. Like so. We're just reusing the screws that were already in there. All right. Cool. And then we're going to take this other baggie of screws and open this. And then we're going to go ahead and put these in. And now what we're doing is we're actually connecting the circuit. God bless it. I did it wrong. Son of a gun. You can tell that I don't assemble ABMXs very often because they're just so easy to build. And I didn't follow my own instructions. I'm like a schmuck. So, guess what? The support plate has to go on first. How's the stream look? So now that I got this all set up, I spent a bunch of time the last couple of days getting this all rigged up and lit properly and stuff like that. So it looks good on my side, but you guys are watching it out there on Twitch land, so let me know what y'all's thoughts are. All right, now that I've got this in place, we put the support plate in, and I've got a naughty kitty who is underneath my feet. What are you doing, Artemis? Huh? What are you doing? Don't you jump up here. All right. Artemis doesn't like to be picked up or held or anything, so she's she will not be making an on-camera appearance unless she jumps up, which is fine. All right. It's funny as I look at this, I'm looking at this little extra piece of the PCB here. I don't know why I left that. I think that's kind of dumb. I think maybe in revision 2, this will just go away. Because, this serves no purpose. And if it breaks off, it won't actually do anything to the board. Whatever. It's weird. So, some folks in my Discord, if you're on it, they've been asking when I'm going to make my own little slab. And I have a lot of mixed feelings about it. I don't know if I want to actually do it. I have some preliminary designs done that I did a few years ago, but they're just a lot of work to make, and you kind of have to batch a bunch of them out, and I don't know about it. I'm not sure. If I did it, of course, I'm going to do it out of aluminum or steel or something like that, because that's what I do. I'm not a huge fan of 3D printed parts for finished products. To me, it doesn't, that's not for me. We'll just say that, which is fine. There's some 3D printed stuff that I make and sell, things that are like internal spacers and stuff like that. Things that, it doesn't make sense to get plastic injection molded or anything like that. And, 3D printing for that kind of stuff where it doesn't have to be polished and real pretty and super, super strong is fine. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Should I finish my design? I think what I will do is I'll probably build it off of GP2040 CE firmware, just because that will be easiest. All right, what I'm doing now is I'm just looking to make sure that all the screws are in and tight and all that good stuff. It looks pretty good there. So that's good. And there you go. That's what it looks like from the top. So he'll put switches in it in all these spots and his own little keycaps, and he'll be good to go. All right, so that's good. I'm pretty happy with that. So let's go ahead and set that off to the side here. All right, and my least favorite part of any build, we have this plexi. I'm not gonna say stupid plexi. Plexi is important for art and stuff like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and just peel this. Part of me wants to leave the top on so that it, quote, doesn't get scratched during shipping. But it's matte and it'll be fine anyways, but I'm not gonna saddle Drew with that. He'll get it and just be like, man, I paid you to build this so I didn't have to do this. Because everyone hates peeling plexi. I hate it. Everyone hates it. I should have peeled the bottom first, whatever. This is one of the least satisfying peels because it never comes off perfect. Come on. Super annoying. The one good thing about printed plexi is when you do that, the artwork, we use a spray that creates the scratch protectant. So when that peels off, it just peels off super clean, super easy. But all the nice acrylic manufacturers love to put paper on their acrylic so it doesn't get scratched. It's important, don't get me wrong. If you ever get plexi that doesn't have some sort of protectant on it, then you know, it's just risking scratches and all that stuff. But ugh, gross, stupid. All right, now we get to do it all over again on the back side. Ugh. Just make sure there's nothing here that's gonna scrape it up. Cool. All right. So for those of you all watching, I apologize if it's a little boring. I was thinking about adding music to the channel while we're doing stuff, just to provide a little background noise, other than, you know, my ramblings while I do this. What are y'all's thoughts? Any good copyright or copyright-free music that we can use? Let me know. I'll add it. Just to give ourselves something to listen to in the back. Maybe I'll get some headphones for the stream so I can listen to it myself too. Normally I like to watch YouTube while I build things and just listen to guys like Carl Jobst and whatnot. But when I'm chatting with y'all doing this, I don't do that. So I'm just alone with my thoughts, talking into the ether while y'all listen. It's crazy. and it's late. By late, it's almost 7 o'clock, so yeah, I really shouldn't be drinking soda or anything like that like I normally do. But there. All right, cool. So there we go. Now we got the acrylic done, and my greasy handprints all over it. Sorry, Drew. All right, let's get this back over here. So now the order of operations matters. We've got, he opted for the 100% optional, aluminum bezel. These things are pretty slick. Then we're going to go ahead and add the panel, the ABMX panel itself. Look at that, like a glove. And then we're going to take the acrylic overlay, drop that in like so, and voila, look at that. Cool. All right, now using the the pan head screws with the hex, this is going to tie it all together. I kind of wish I had blue screws, because that would have looked really cool on top. But this the silver will look fine too. All right. Oh, alrighty then. So these are the SK11 hex key set that I was telling you all about on stream yesterday. I love that. I got it when I lived in Japan. That company makes some really good stuff. All their hex keys are color coded. They got that nice holder. I know there's some companies in the US that makes this stuff too, so it's not like these are super special or anything, but it's just a good set. And I've had this set for 5 years. Normally when I buy hex keys, I always lose one or two or all of them. Or they come in that big like Swiss Army knife looking thing, and I hate those because they're just, they're not that good. All right. So now that we've got them all loosely hand tight, we'll go ahead and finish it off, tighten it all the way. You see that I'm just kind of jumping around. This isn't like a tire or a valve or a head on your engine. You don't have to like star pattern it, but I do just out of habit. So that looks pretty good. All right. They all feel good here. All right, let's go ahead and flip this over. Now this is the magic of ABMX. This is so awesome. So we've got these wires here. We'll just kind of gently move them out of the way. Connect up one wire here. Did I have that right? No, it's upside down. Connect the one wire here. Boom. And then we make a loop. Make sure that we have, there we go, like this. And voila. Now you have all of your face buttons connected. That's it. Simple. Super easy. And then we just go ahead and plug the USB in like so. And voila. Done. We are all done. Let's go ahead and let's see. Let me see if I've got this set up right. We'll open that. Did that open? Yep, it did. All right. Don't mind my big fat bald head. Let's go ahead and switch over to. I forgot to program the button that does this. All right. Now we got joy.cpl open. We're going to go ahead and test the functions that we can. Don't mind me, just getting a USB cable. All right. Trusty USB-C. And I guess this is going to be a good time to go through the GP2040 setup as well. Might as well. I haven't done any videos on that yet. But I get a lot of questions about it. So let's go ahead and click that on. And then first things first, we're just going to plug this in and test the, actually, yeah, we'll plug this in and then we'll go check out the joystick properties. All right. So that's plugged in. Cool. You see all the lights kind of came on and then they went away. And that's because it is actually, crud, Did I boot it into... I think I just booted into the web configurator mode. Let me see. Nope. All right, let's see here. There we go. Ooh, I didn't plug it in all the way. All right, so now we click this and click properties. Let's see. Did that show up on stream? No. Let me go ahead and let me add a source here. So I was testing a Fusion board earlier, and let's go ahead and add new. So now we should have that. All right, so we can't test any of this stuff because, well, it's not there, but we can test the other buttons. So this is touchpad. It's not going to work as expected. And turbo's not going to be working right yet because it's not set up. All right, so that's good. Let's go ahead and we're going to do a couple things here. Let's go ahead and close that. We'll go ahead and hide that. Cancel. Weird. Hide that. There we go. We'll hide that too. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to unplug this. And let's go ahead and, I'm going to have to create a whole new scene for you guys live on air. Yeesh. All right, hang on. Let me, actually, let me just do this. Let me do a window capture. I'm going to add a new source. I'm going to capture from Chrome. I didn't anticipate this. Sorry, guys. Sorry, everybody. Okay, good. Let's do that nice and big. All right. Push that down. Look at that. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Don't mind me, everybody. Don't mind me. I'll have to get this all sorted later. Try and make this centered on the screen for y'all. All right, good. Now, so what we're going to do is we're going to hold down, I think it's start and select, if that's right. I always forget. Then plug it in, pop up, and that should put me in web configurator mode. Did I get that right? No, I didn't. It's home and start. Oh wait, no, I did get it right. Nice. Cool. Okay, so we are on version 7.4, and we want to be on version 7.6. That's all right. So we're going to go to, let's see if I can get this in the first try, github.com/ren. All right, cool. So we're going to go over to the GitHub. Ren maintains this for us. So good for him. Thank you, or for them. Thank you so much. And we're going to download that. Come on. Yep, download that. And then we're going to download, see here, the 7.6 integrated Pico fighting board. We're going to click that and download it. Okay, now what we're going to do, that's done, we're going to come over here, and we're going to hit this reboot button, and we're going to go USB boot select, and that opens up an RPi-TEC RP2 drive on our computer. And I'm not going to show you guys this because I'm sure if you know how to play fighting games, you know how to drag and drop files. We're just going to take the file that we downloaded from GitHub that Ren has graciously been working on for us, and we're going to drag it over to the RPi folder. It's going to copy. It's going to do its thing. It's going to take a minute or so. We're at 57%. All right, it's downloading, downloading, downloading. What this is doing is it's taking the data, it's dumping it on the Pi, and then it reboots it. And so now we can close this, close this, close this. All right, so now we go over to joy.cpl, and it's back up, which is good. But what I want to do is, here, let me show you guys this, what it did. The nice thing is once we put the new firmware on, you can't see it, but that light's blue. The newest firmware automatically sets all the buttons and stuff. The only thing it doesn't do is enable turbo. We still have to manually do that. So let's go back in. Let's actually unplug the USB, hold down start and select, and plug in again. Comes up, good to go. And now we'll go back into Chrome, like so. All right, and let's go ahead and refresh the web page. All right, cool. Now you see here, version, integrated Pico fighting board. Wait, what? Current, version 7. Latest. Oh, that's weird. Oh, Ren, we may have an issue. We may have an issue. If we come here, we'll go to add-on configuration. I'm going to scroll down. Well, that's weird. Okay, so Xbox One pass-through, that's turned on. We want that. We want the PS pass-through turned on as well. That's in case Drew ever wants to add the USB add-on. And then we want to go up and find, where's Turbo? Okay, we're going to take Turbo. We're going to enable that, and you'll see Turbo pin is 28, LED is 23. That's exactly what we want. So we scroll all the way down, hit save. Let's go up one more. Let's double check one other thing. Where's it at? Oh, you go under settings. Wait, configuration. Add-ons. It's been a while. I haven't had to do this in a while. Okay. See the player inputs. You can turn that. You don't turn this on. You don't need to. Okay. Settings. We're learning together, everyone, because I can't remember where. Maybe it's under peripheral. No? Oh, yeah, peripheral mapping. Oh. Okay, so peripheral mapping. This is the USB stuff. So we're going to take USB. I'm going to scroll down. And D24 should be our USB plus. Let me just double check that because I always forget. And I always have to check the design document. All right. All right, let's see. All right, 5 volt is hardwired. Yep, D plus should be 24. Yeah, D plus is 24 and D minus is 25. We don't have to set the 5 volt because that's hardwired in, and it goes D plus, D minus, or D minus, D plus. Really what they're doing is they're taking the next pin and either saying, hey, it's the next one or it's the previous one, depending on how you set this. We want 24. We'll hit save. Whoops. Cool, that's neat. Close that. All right, so it's saved. And now we'll go here. We'll reboot to controller and close this. Close this. You'll notice here this LED is no longer lit. So now we can open up our joy.cpl. All right, we're going to click this and go to properties. And there's got to be a better way to do. some of this stuff. Sorry, everybody. Cancel. Cancel. Oh, wait, that's all right. Let's see. Cool. Well, poo. Sorry. This is one of the most annoying things in the world. No, we don't want that. Want that? Nope. We want... There we go. We want that. Jesus. Okay, and then we come in here, and then, you know, if I had buttons, I would hit this and then hit a button, and it would, you know, go into turbo mode, but it doesn't. So we're clicking all these, making sure it's doing what it's expected, and it is. Yep, perfect. That actually, when you hit that, it opens up the game bar. So good. This is now built. We've done all the testing. We've updated the integrated Pico Fighting Board software. First time showing that on stream. It's not hard. It's pretty easy. But it's an important thing that gets done. You know, when we make these, I get a couple hundred boards made at a time, and whatever the current firmware is, that's what I put on it. And then when it ships out, it just has that. So we're always going to be at least one or two versions behind. So just expect that if you get the integrated Pico Fighting Board. So now all we got to do is disconnect that. We're going to grab our base that was pleasantly and quietly sitting on our shelf. And now we're just going to put this back together. Super easy. Make sure that we're down there good. All right, line that up. And then just screw everything back together. And then we're going to actually hold this because Drew is on vacation as well, so he asked if we could wait to ship it. But I wanted to get it done because inevitably he's going to get back from vacation and say, all right, ready to ship. Go ahead and build it and ship it. And then I'm going to be neck deep in other build or something. It's just, that's how it always works. So I had some free time today and wanted to get this knocked out. So I'll open up the floor to any questions. I know this was pretty straightforward, and you know, there's only 4 of you. Obviously, it's not even that entertaining. I'm sorry. You know, these aren't complicated or high-tech builds because I've taken all the guesswork out of it. I'd like to think that at least. So, you know, definitely let me know what you think we should be talking about on these streams. You know, want to talk politics and get angry at each other? Let's do it. You want to talk about investments? Sure. Talk to you all about beta. Easy. And how well things perform. You want to talk about life in general? Let's do that too. I'm open to everything. And we'll just throw some builds on in the back. How about that? All right, everybody. So that's that. That is Drew's new ABMX. Like I said, he's going to go ahead and pop the buttons and all that stuff in himself. So unfortunately, I'm not going to take a proper photo of this because it's not complete. But at least we got a good build out of it, and it looks pretty good. It's a good colorway. I'm excited to see him finish it off and get to use. So there we go. I'm happy about it. Hopefully you guys are too. All right. Well, we are at 57 minutes. It's the same exact stream length as it was yesterday, but yeah, I think it went well. So let me know if you guys have any questions for ABMX or Panzer Fight Stick 4 in general. Always take a look at our Discord. It's discord.jasonscustoms.com. Until the 12th or the next time I stream, you can save 10% off your order using the code PanzerStream2. And again, that's good until the 12th or until the next stream. So take advantage of it now because we are going to change the value of that discount every time we go live. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. Until next time, this is Jason. Y'all be safe. I'm out.